Southampton first team relegated after 31 games of a 38-game Premier League season. Rickie's looking on right now, so let's go and have a quick word with him. We'll hear from a Southampton fan in a moment or two. Morning to you, Rickie.
Morning, fellas.
How you doing, big man? Nice to see you again, bud.
You too, Troy. You too.
How much does it hurt, Rickie, as a Saints legend, to hear them called the worst team in Premier League history?
Yeah, no, it's devastating. Obviously, they got relegated 2 years ago, and that was tough. That was tough watching it. But this time round, I feel really sorry. Obviously, I feel sorry for the fans, but I feel sorry for the players. I really worry for the lads. I don't think they've been helped. They've kind of took all this brunt on this season, and I just feel sorry for them now.
That's going to wind up a lot of Southampton fans, Rickie. You saying you feel sorry for the players, a lot of fans will disagree with you and saying that the players are the ones responsible.
I think Troy will back me up here. When you get promoted to the Premier League, you need at least a core of players who are kind of experienced in the Premier League, that the younger players can look to, and they can trust, and they can let them take all the brunt.
Yeah.
The Saints haven't had that. When they got promoted, something has happened that when they got promoted, they should have went out and they needed players urgently.
Yeah.
The reason why Southampton got promoted was Russell Martin. Mm-hmm. That was the reason why they got promoted. They wasn't the third strongest squad in the Championship. They had a manager that got them to play a certain way, a little anomaly, and got them promoted. They needed players urgently, and what they did, they lost Che Adams, Stuart Armstrong, so he was actually weaker going into the Premier League than he was in the Championship. They didn't have a chance, so that's why I feel sorry for them. They've gone under now at the minute, the players, and it's just not nice to see. Yep. I hope this season can quickly finish for us.
Yeah, Rickie, we had Jason Punchin on earlier, and I said to Punch, I remember the team that you guys had that went from League One up to the Prem, and you had yourself, Jason Punchin, Adam Lallana. You had real solid pros that knew the game, knew what was required, and then obviously you sprinkled unbelievable talent, Oxlade-Chamberlain and the like coming in there. I just feel that the recruitment was so poor from Southampton in the summer, and then just to add that, the complete mentality shift from Russell Martin, as you said, great football in mind. I thought he was a little bit naive personally, and then to go to Juric, who's the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Now you don't have the players to even give him the best opportunity. It just reeks of desperation to me, mate.
No, I totally agree. But what I would say, Troy, is that I went there when they were on 5 points, and Russell still had the plays. They were still playing into the way he played, and I totally understand what you're saying. I am the same. I like the ball forward, get it to the strikers, play off the strikers. But what Russell done is he created this special kind of belief amongst them that their way of doing it was the way that they got promoted. So it was the only way that they had a chance of staying up in my eyes. Yeah. And you just needed to add players to that type of style, and he would have done it. What happened is you had to change a manager, and then you changed the style, and you had no chance. You had no chance. So yeah, it was one or the other. I feel I was backing Russell when he was under pressure, because I knew that squad was nowhere near good enough.
Yeah.
Do you fear for them at all next season, Rickie? Bearing in mind, 10 points this season. I mean, look where Luton are in the Championship now, and they've got 26 points. And if you look at some of the key players, obviously Tyler Dibling, maybe Kyle Walker-Peters, Aaron Ramsdale. I mean, how many will they lose in the course of the summer?
I think this is probably the most important off-season that Southampton have had in the last, I don't know how many, since when they went into administration, this is probably just as important as that off-season. They have to get it right. They're going to lose the players. Let them go. The recruitment, and normally Saints recruitment is unbelievable. So they need to be on point when this season finishes, and they need to go and get the right players, the right characters for that club to not only take the brunt of them getting relegated, but now you got to try and get together, stabilise, and then try and come back up next season.
Ricky, would you like to see some of the young players now get a few games, the ones that are probably going to play next year, get a bit of time so they can understand what it's like to play for Saints, taste the big league? But more importantly, what type of manager do they need going forward? Do they need a championship manager that's going to know the league, get them out of it? Or do they build with somebody like the guy from Sheffield Wednesday, whose name's got out, mate? Danny Roll, who was there before.
Yeah, so I do like the Sheffield Wednesday manager, the way he goes about. I do feel like that is probably the route that Southampton need to go. A character just like Russell Martin. Yeah. And I know that we got rid of him and he probably won't go back there, but that is the type of character, an up-and-coming manager that has his own ideas, full of life. Get that character back into the football club. They need big characters in that football club as soon as possible.
Ricky, thanks very much indeed, mate. Have a good week.
Nice one. Thank you, fellas.
See you soon, mate. Top man.
Just going to take a call. Before we do, though, Dan, the Derby fan, says very quickly, he's talking about the playoffs and the teams that go up through the playoffs at a big disadvantage, and he's right, because the playoff finals aren't played until almost a month after the season is finished. It's hard for clubs to know who to target in terms of transfer size. They don't know which league they're going to be in. They're usually left with second or third choice players. Lewis is a Southampton fan, pretty unhappy one, I think. Morning, Lewis.
Morning, mate.
Morning, Jeff. Morning, Troy. How are we doing?
Yeah, good. Yeah, probably better than you.
Yeah, I suspect so. Yeah, going back with what Ricky was saying, I, in a way, do feel sorry for some of the players. Some of our players are very good individual players. Matty Fernandez, Aaron Ramsdale, but it's the way the manager or managers this season have been playing. They just don't know the situation of how they want to do it. For example, it's been poor all season. Not one of our managers has had a plan B to change it.
Yeah.
They played 5 at the back. One couple of weeks ago, they had Joe Aribo playing centre back with 2 centre backs on the bench.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. They got a striker, big tall Paul.
Yeah.
He's been on the bench yesterday after playing a couple of very good games. Get the ball up to him, get him bringing down. Coming out, didn't even have a touch, I don't think, yesterday.
Yeah.
It's just so poorly run from top to the manager. The players, I do feel sorry for them because they've had to do things that they can't do, and there's just nothing they can do about it.
And you talk about Big Paul up front. Although he's not the most pleasant on the eye, whenever he plays, he causes problems just from his physical presence, isn't it? And getting balls in the box, he causes a handful. I agree with you. I think they've missed a trick here, trying to be too stubborn in their ways.
100%. They're trying to play this ticky-tacky football. It's not worked since day one. Just get the ball up top, hit tall Paul, play off him. You know, you got a bit of pace either side with Suleimana's another one. Get the ball to his feet, get out wide, get him out players, get him out defenders, scare him a bit. But they just didn't want to. The manager didn't want him to do it. The manager wanted to play a certain way. It's not worked. And they've not even changed it.
Lewis, thanks for the call.
Great.
A little message for you, Troy. Surely Troy has to say Luton were the worst team to grace the Prem. Do us Watford boys proud, big man.
No, we just sit back and watch it at the moment. Just watch it unravel. They had their season in the sun.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.